All parties appear had allegedly entered into an agreed temp order. However, the only person who signed it was Mr. Jim Van Fossen. The biological parents, Bogan Lovesendesh and Jared Van Fossen, did not sign the temp order. It was reset till today. Hearing notice was sent to all parties. So we're here just to proceed on the record to get an order for current child support, retroactive child support, and medical support.
Okay, what are the disputes? What's a summary of the issues?
The summary of the issues are that the biological parents don't want to pay any money, don't want to support their child. The child had been removed from CPS in Nevada, is living with grandfather, Mr. James Van Fossen, in Pennsylvania. I need testimony on accurate current wages.
Right out the gate, the grandfather's attorney sets a hostile tone, accusing the parents of being unwilling to support their child. This is a crucial legal and strategic move. By stating they misled her and refused to sign a temporary order, she's establishing a pattern of avoidance for the judge. In family court, demonstrating a history of non-cooperation can heavily influence rulings on credibility and even the calculation of retroactive support. The judge is already hearing that these parents had a chance to agree and chose not to, which never looks good.
And the mere fact that they misled my co-counsel and not signed the temp order leaves me to concluding they're not willing to support their child.
Okay.
Your Honor, at this time, may I ask Mr. Jared Van Fossen to remove your sunglasses, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. And may I call Mr. Jim Van Fossen to testify?
You may do so.
Mr. Van Fossen, please state your name for the record.
My name is Jared James
No,
Van
not
Fossen, ma'am.
Jared, James.
Okay, my dad.
Mr.
My name is James Van Fossen.
And do you recognize the other two parties on the screen at this time?
Yes, I do.
And who are they?
It's mom, Bogan Love Sandash, and dad, Jared Van Fossen, of the granddaughter who lives with us, Ariel Emma Van Fossen.
And how old is your granddaughter?
She's 14.
And how long has she lived with you?
3 years and a few weeks, just over 3 years.
3 years. Let that sink in. For over 3 years, this grandfather has provided a home, food, and stability for his granddaughter without a single dollar from her parents. He's even dipping into his retirement savings. This testimony is the foundation of his case for retroactive child support. The court isn't just looking at future payments. It's about reimbursing him for the massive financial burden he's shouldered alone. The fact that the state covers health insurance due to his fixed income actually strengthens his case. It shows his need, not a lack of it.
All right. And during this time, have the parents provided any financial support to you?
No, they have not.
Do you provide health insurance or dental insurance for your granddaughter?
Yes, she has all the insurance she needs. She attends a private school, and yes, I provide all of that.
And how much do you pay a month for health insurance for Ariel?
Her health insurance is covered by the state. I think it's because she had state covered benefits in Nevada. And I'm also retired collecting Social Security. So when I submitted to the state, they said, yes, she's covered by the state of Pennsylvania. So it doesn't cost me anything out of pocket for insurance.
All right. And does she by any chance have dental insurance, if you know?
Yes, she does. And that's the same. It's covered by the same insurance.
All right. And do you have any co-pays of any kind for that?
Not so far. She's a healthy girl. And the one thing that we've been looking at are braces. And there would be a cost to that. She's not sure that she wants them, but we have received an insurance approval, but there would be a $2,000 copay if we go ahead with that. We're still not sure if we're going to do that.
All right. Now, do you have information or knowledge as to the profession or income of the mom, Bolgan Lovesendash?
Yes, my understanding is Bogan is a licensed practical nurse, an LPN. And she typically earns or should be earning somewhere in the $30 an hour range. The father reported to the daughter that on her income taxes last year, she earned $80,000.
How much?
$80,000.
All right.
She,
And
she works nights and weekends and overtime and second shift, third shift. So I think she gets, the base would be 60,000 based on $30 an hour, but I think she earns.
This is a key legal moment. The grandfather isn't just guessing at incomes. He's providing specific figures and sources, $80,000 from a tax return. Courts rely on verifiable data like tax returns to determine child support. But notice he also uses the term should be earning $30 an hour. This hints at imputing income, a legal doctrine where a court can assign an earning capacity to someone who is voluntarily underemployed. He's laying the groundwork to argue that even if she takes a lower-paying job now, she should be judged on her ability to earn more.
The rest in overtime, which seems reasonable.
all right. Are you asking this court to set child support for Ms. Lovesendash to pay you based on 80,000 a year income?
Yes, I am, and I think you can verify that through her income tax return for last year.
All right. And what knowledge or information do you have regarding your son, Jared Van Fossen's income?
Jared is capable of working. He chooses not to work. He worked last year in Galveston at Kroger's. He was earning, my understanding, $20 an hour, which is $40,000 a year. He quit that job claiming that he was injured, but he never filed for workman's comp and never worked a steady job again. I believe he works under the table. He works DoorDash. I suspect the reason he stopped Kroger's was maybe because the arrears for child support for another daughter born out of wedlock caught up to him, and maybe they were going after his paycheck, garnishing his paycheck there. I'm not sure. But I believe he is quite capable of earning $40,000 a year if he chooses to work.
The accusations against the father, Jared, are incredibly damning. The grandfather suggests he quit a $40K a year job to avoid child support garnishment for another child and now works under the table. If proven, this is a massive deal. Courts take deliberate avoidance of child support obligations very seriously. It can lead to findings of contempt, license suspensions, and even jail time. The grandfather is masterfully painting a picture of a man who actively evades responsibility, which starkly contrasts with his own role as the stable provider.
Mom says he chooses not to work, and that frustrates her.
Are you asking the court to set child support for Mr. Van Fossen to pay you based on 40,000 a year income?
Yes, I am.
And pursuant to your let me pull it up, your petition, your testimony petition that was filed with in the court, it states you're asking for retroactive child support since July 31st of 24. Is that correct, or are you asking for more than July 31st of 24?
No, that's all I'm asking for. That was, again, at a time where Ariel had decided she did not want to go back to her parents. I warned them that I needed financial support and physical help to keep her here. And I filed in Pennsylvania. They told me that they would have to pay whatever the judgment was back to July 21st, 2024. I spent money and expenses on Ariel based on that. As I went into semi-retirement, I have to keep working to pay for her. I'm collecting Social Security, and I need that money to recoup money that I took out of my retirement savings to pay for Ariel.
And you stated she goes to private school. Is there a monthly tuition cost for that?
I just got a bill today of $752, I believe it was. It's over $7,000 per year. I think it's 10 months of payments that we make. and 2
All
months
right.
notice. Yeah,
Okay, and you're covering that personally, is that correct?
that is correct, yes.
$7,000 a year for private school. This is a critical piece of the financial puzzle. Child support guidelines often cover basic necessities, but additional expenses like private school can be added to the obligation if it's deemed in the child's best interest and has been the established norm. By showing he's been paying this and that the child is enrolled, he's making a strong case to include this significant cost in the parent's support order, moving beyond a simple guideline calculation.
All right, pass this witness.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
All right, I'll call Miss Bogan Loveson-Dash.
Excuse
Miss
me.
Miss Loveson-Dash, what do you do for a living?
Huh?
What do you do for a living?
That's what you do.
I am a LPN.
One moment, there's someone
License.
talking in the background somewhere. I don't know whose cube it's in, but it's distracting and I'm guessing
think-
it's happening for others.
Okay, it was Jared, but I'll just ask the mom again. Miss Loveson-Dash, what do you do for a living?
I am licensed practical nurse.
And how much do you earn per year?
Last year I worked overtime. I did make 82,000 last year, but this year I was on travel nursing contract and I resigned. I'm back in Galveston, so I'll be making $30 an hour. I got a new job, so I don't know, $30 an hour, 12-hour shifts a day. Multiply that to 12 months.
Do you get paid overtime if it's more than 8 hours, or is it straight pay even if it's 12 hours?
I believe if you work overtime, they will pay me overtime. I just started this job this week.
All right. And are you asking the court to set guideline support based on $30 an hour times?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Do you know how many hours a week you'll be working?
I'm not doing extra hours because I just have to 12 hours. So hold on. 36. How many times 12 hours? 3 days.
36.
Yeah, 36 hours per week.
Per week or per? Okay, gotcha. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're asking the court to set
Why did you
guideline.
leave your old job to work?
Did you catch the shift here? The mother admits to earning $82,000 last year, but is now taking a job that pays roughly $62,000. The grandfather's attorney pounces with the question, "Why did you leave your old job?" This is a direct challenge to her potential voluntary underemployment. She claims the travel job was too expensive, but the court will scrutinize this. Was it a legitimate financial decision or a way to lower her child support obligation? This is a classic point of contention in these cases.
36 hours a week.
The old job was travel nursing job. It didn't work out well. I didn't have a home to stay. Couldn't afford it. I was in Maine. That was a temporary job. Now I have a permanent job. Full time is 36 hours.
Okay, so you said, I'm sorry, $30 an hour times
Yeah.
36. Okay,
So,
so basically $1,020 a week before taxes.
correct.
Okay. And pass this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, you may call your next witness.
I'll call Mr. Jared Van Vossen. Mr. Van Vossen, how much did you make last year, if you recall?
Last year I made nothing. I worked at Kroger in 2024. This is 2025. I hurt my back. I was an overnight stalker, and I applied for disability through Texas, but it didn't work. But no, I didn't make anything.
Are you currently working now?
No, ma'am, I'm unemployed at the time.
And where do you live?
Right now, my address is Galveston, Texas. Yes, ma'am.
And do you pay rent?
No, not at this time. We're looking for a place. We just got done travel nursing, my wife and I. We had to split up. We're trying to work things out, and we are trying to get a place to live so that we can both work and provide for our daughter and ourselves.
Do do you have a car?
My wife has a car under her name. Yes, ma'am.
Are you able to do something like Uber Drive or DoorDash or Lyft?
As soon as, yes, ma'am. And I'm not going to make any excuses. Yes, ma'am. I could do, I can't drive Uber or Lyft. The cars are too old for that, but I could do like DoorDash. But I'm waiting to get my cell phone, like a new phone. My phone ended up in saltwater up in Maine, and it's my iPhone is dead. Like we are literally like homeless right now, both of us.
And are you in agreement if the judge were to order you to pay child support?
Absolutely, yes. I feel it's my responsibility to.
Jared, the father, is saying all the right things. Absolutely. It's my responsibility. He's being very deferential to the court. But notice the excuses woven in. No phone, no address. It's 2025. While he may be genuinely struggling, a judge hears this as a list of reasons why collecting support might be difficult. His agreement is important, but the court needs actionable steps, not just willingness. His story about being homeless is about to clash directly with his father's account of their vacation lifestyle.
Provide for my daughter. I would just ask that the court would, um, you know, make a fair amount for me that, basically based upon not being employed at the time, that so when I am gainfully employed and we get back on our feet and we have a place that, I can make that. And also if the court could provide instructions on how to actually pay that. Because again, without my phone, I'm like, it's 2025. I'm old. I'm 44. Without my phone, it's like I can't Google like how to pay this and this and that. But yes, ma'am, to answer your question, yes, I am in agreement to pay and support my daughter Ariel and the Van Fossa.
All right. And do you have any other children under the age of 18 that either live with you or you are court ordered to pay child support for?
Negative. No, my son Jet, he is 21 years old. He's married.
All right. And I'm sorry. I'm past this witness, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have any other witnesses?
I just want to recall Miss Love Sandash. Miss Love Sandash, do you have any other children under the age of 18 that live with you or that you're
No.
court ordered? Okay.
No, I do not.
Thank you. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Okay, the state doesn't represent any of you, so I'm going to give you all a chance. If there's anything additional that you think I need to hear, Jim Van Fossen, is there anything additional you think I need to hear?
Yes. Again, these parents' evidence is showing that they're not supporting the child. They've been offered many opportunities to support their child. I've asked them to save up. I told them about this filing way before July of 2024. I suggested they save their money up in a bank account so they could pay the arrears. They didn't. Instead, they did Disney World, they went to Florida, they back to Texas, they flew across country, they drove across country. They're like continually on vacation. They were most recently up in Maine. They went to a Flyers hockey game in Philadelphia, and I think back to Maine, then to Washington, D.C., did the tourist thing, visited family in New Jersey at the shore. They're not interested in working or supporting their daughter. They're not doing anything. They live like rich retirees, and that's...
Wow, the grandfather just unloaded. He's directly attacking their credibility and lifestyle, accusing them of living like rich retirees and vagabonds while he grinds it out. He mentions CPS removals, alcohol abuse, and using state benefits. This isn't just about money anymore. It's a character assassination meant to show a pattern of irresponsible and selfish behavior. He's arguing that their financial choices, Disney World, cross-country trips, prove they have money. They just choose not to spend it on their daughter.
I'm supposed to live as a retiree, but I have to keep working for their daughter who doesn't want to live with them because they're crazy. The reason she came to us was because CPS had taken the child away from them 3 times. And finally, the last time they were in a shelter and Jared was not allowed to live with his daughter. So, okay, take the daughter until we get back on our feet. Well, they haven't got back on their feet. he just continually drinks. He has seizures from alcohol withdrawal, and he blitzes himself with alcohol. They live like vagabonds, and again, they're not mature adults at all. Again, Boga has worked as a travel nurse. She got paid well. I have her employer information. I don't know that she's still employed there, but I think that she's been paid pretty well. And she's, again, has said that she doesn't have any money to pay for her daughter. But they have 2 hotel rooms, I think, and 2 cars that she's making payments on. And again, they're traveling and vacationing and living it up while we're grinding it out here day by day. Jared, I believe, gets some kind of Texas benefits, SNAP benefits, or cash benefits on a debit card. I don't know if they reported that they have a child to get benefits, but obviously they don't. And again, how can he live without working? Well, somebody's supporting him, the state or his wife or other women. He has other women, a girlfriend on the side, and it's just insanity, the 2 of them. He has been diagnosed to take medicine. He doesn't take his medicine. And again, they've got enough money for multiple car payments and multiple hotel rooms. And they don't have any money for their daughter. They continually tell me, oh, we're going to pay starting September. We're going to pay starting January. We're going to pay. We're going to pay. That's all I hear is we're going to pay. I told them, I hope you're going to pay, and I hope the court will order you to pay. And I hope if they don't pay, that there are serious consequences for these 2 immature adults. I use that word in quotes.
Ms. Losendish, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yeah. Well, first of all, what he says is true, but not true. I did travel nursing contracts a couple times, 3 times last summer. And it is very expensive to travel. And most of the time, yes, I do stay in hotels. When you travel nursing, the company doesn't pay. So I have to pay out of my pay. So it wasn't worth really traveling, but I wasn't on vacation. At the moment, I am filing divorce.
This is a bombshell moment that shifts the entire dynamic. The mother admits to sending a text threatening to kidnap and kill anyone who stopped her from seeing her daughter. She blames alcohol and emotional distress. This is a huge deal. While the judge correctly notes custody isn't the issue here, this admission provides a powerful justification for why the grandfather sought sole custody and why the child might not want to see them. It severely damages her credibility and makes her claims of being a victim sound less sympathetic.
Against my husband because he wouldn't work or help me, because all I wanted was to move next to my daughter when we left Vegas in 2024. But he didn't want to move to Pennsylvania because him and his father doesn't get along. They did some, I don't know, I'm from Mongolia originally. English is my 3rd language. There's a lot of things I don't understand, especially the law of this country still. They did, Mr. Van Fossen had hired a lawyer that I
Which Mr. Van
cannot.
Fossen?
Objection beyond the scope of,
I'm just letting her speak at this point. So
Okay.
I'm going to overrule it for now. But which Mr. Van Fossen hired the lawyer?
Mr. Van Fossen, the father-in-law.
Okay.
He hired a lawyer last summer, and while I was in Pennsylvania, I went up and talked to the lawyer, and they said that when I was drunk, I don't drink a lot, but I do drink maybe like a wine or something once a month, and I was very drunk. I don't recall. I guess I texted a message threatening him. Well, all I said was, I want to go see my daughter and kidnap her, but anybody stops it from me, I will kill them or something. It's stupid that I don't mean it. So I texted to my husband. My husband took a screenshot and sent it to his father. And also, at the time, I had a boyfriend, and he was involved with the police and some misdemeanor charges or felony charges. They blackmailing me. They said, if you with this guy, you will never see your daughter. And you also threatened to kill me. And I told her, Mr. Van Fossen and his lawyer, look, I don't mean to say that I was drunk. I was going through emotional distress. Please, I don't mean to say this. Can I see my daughter? No, I'm not allowed to see my daughter. I was up there this year again, last month, I called him and my daughter Ariel. They don't want to see me.
Right.
I haven't seen my daughter since.
Okay. Ms. Lefsandish, I do think at this point, that's not before me right now. Pennsylvania has jurisdiction over that
Right,
issue,
right.
Texas. So even if someone filed something, it would not properly be before me. And so if this is at all related to money or back child support, I do want to hear it. But if it's a visitation concern only,
Okay.
it's really not relevant to
Okay,
us.
that's fine. I'm not gonna, yeah. So anyway, I just want to clarify that I do want to help support my daughter. I do want to be next to her. I do want to live with her, but because of my husband, and he refuses to divorce me, of course, because I'm the one supporting him for 20 years. What I want to do is I will pay the child support to my daughter, but he said July 2024 is that the back pay. I mean, yes, if that's 2024, I agreed to pay because she wasn't sent to stay with him by Nevada. It was my decision, my husband's decision. We agreed on a piece of paper, said, yes, I just had graduated nursing school in 2023, give us the 1 year to work together and move down to Pennsylvania. Then you can take care of her. And we both agreed. I give him a temporary guardianship. On the paper, everybody signed.
She just acknowledged there was a signed temporary guardianship agreement. This is a major point in the grandfather's favor. She admits they all agreed to let him care for the child for a year so they could get on their feet. His entire case for retroactive support is based on the argument that they failed to uphold their end of that bargain. Her version of the timeline might differ, but the core admission that there was an agreement for him to be the primary caregiver is crucial.
So yeah, I do agree to pay child support from when I started working.
Do you know when that is?
Yeah, whenever you guys make, I mean, right now, I haven't got my first paycheck until the
You were
17th.
working last year, though. You don't mean the job you had last year, the travel?
Yeah, I
job?
did. The travel nursing was from June to just September 22nd. Yeah.
So that was June of 2024?
Wait, April, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
April 2025, April 2025 to September 2025. Yeah, just a few months and it just didn't work out. I can't do it. It's not, yeah, it's a good pay, but at the same time you have to pay for hotel. So it works. Yeah. And,
So April 2025 to September, you were at the travel nurse job.
yes.
Okay. And what were you doing before that?
I was, so I got licensed in March 2023. So I've been working. It's because husband doesn't work. So I pay for everything. I pay for 2 cars, rent, everything. At the moment, yes, we are living in our car because like I said, I don't have, I filled up all my credit cards. I'm in debt. Yeah, I just don't have money to pay for hotels right now. So we're just living in our cars. If I can make the car payments, it's backed up. So if I could start paying child support, probably December, because this month of November, I have to catch up for the cars because my cars will be repossessed. No, I'm not living tourist life. I'm going through trying to get the husband work, but he doesn't want to work until we get a place to stay because we have a dog too with us, German Shepherd. So December would be a good time to start paying child support to Mr. Van Fassen.
The mother's story is one of overwhelming debt and struggle. Maxed out credit cards, living in a car repossession threats. She's painting a picture of someone on the brink. This directly contradicts the grandfather's narrative of lavish spending. So who do we believe? Is she a victim of circumstance and a non-working husband? Or is she mismanaging the significant income she admits to having? The judge has to untangle these two completely opposing realities to determine a fair support amount.
Yeah. I overworked myself last year just to pay bills and try to pay my credit cards, but it didn't work out. me working for two adults. Yeah. And then finally I got frustrated and I filed divorce in August. I think I came back to Texas in August and I filed a divorce and he refuses to divorce me. So I don't know. Don't know what to do now. So yeah, but I didn't refuse to pay child support, or I'm not living in any fantasy um life, just barely making it. I have nothing else to say.
Mr. Jared Van Fossen, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Your Honor, for allowing me to address the court. I will tell you this, Your Honor, and I'll look you straight in the eye as best I can on the camera. My dad is not, he's not all lying, but he's painting a picture in a different way. I've been married to this young lady for 21 years. We have two beautiful kids. My son is 20. He's married. My daughter's 14. My dad is a devout Christian, as am I. My dad, he told my wife and I that he's going to take Ariel to Pennsylvania. My dad's a millionaire, by the way. He's a tech company second, and it's not about the money. It's about, obviously, this court I know is about my child.
And here's the counterpunch. The father, Jared, completely reframes the story. He claims his dad is a millionaire who lured them in with a promise to pay for everything and is now using the court to control and punish them. This is a common defense in grandparent support cases, arguing the custodian doesn't actually need the money. But legally, that's often irrelevant. Child support is the right of the child, not the custodian. A parent's duty to support their child exists independently of the grandparent's wealth.
But he said he's going to take Ariel to Pennsylvania and put her in private Christian school, which is just like it's called the Kelly School, like onto his doctrine of the Bible. And he's going to pay for everything. No, nothing. And then the next year, mom and I, we moved from Vegas to Florida. Mom was a nurse. She's licensed. And we wanted to take our daughter back and move her to Florida. My dad said, absolutely not. I don't care. I'm going to hire a babysitter, this and that. Now my dad has sued us in court, obviously, for child support. Now I have no objection to, there was a different ruling on a different court as far as custody. And that's because my wife committed adultery with a wanted felon. His name is William Richard
Object, Your
Shannon.
Honor. I'm gonna object.
No, that's the truth.
I'm sustaining the objection to the extent of relevance, but I am curious.
Yes, ma'am.
So is there a court order right now involving this child out of some court?
Yes, in Pennsylvania, my dad has custody because my wife committed adultery with a wanted felon.
Okay,
Her
not
boyfriend.
asking you whys. Okay, so
Yes, ma'am.
does that court order address is it just custody and visitation, or
I don't
does it
know.
address anything else?
Just custody, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of it?
Let me see. I was looking at it.
Love to see
It's
a custody.
it's just custody. Yes, I
Yes.
confirm that. Let me see if I have it. One sec. Oh, I do have it. Let me see where it is. 1 second. Oh, okay. Termination.
But yes, Your Honor, I agree to pay child support to my daughter. I'm willing to pay, and my wife is telling the truth. We are basically homeless, like in our car. I believe we live in our own bodies, but I agree to pay and support my daughter. And that custody thing and that whole other thing that she's looking at, this young lady's looking at right now, that was separate, and I wasn't aware of it. I wasn't served anything. That's because of mom, and I don't know. And I'm not pointing the finger at anybody else. It's my responsibility as a grown man to protect and provide for my daughter. My dad has all the control. She makes, a lot of money. I don't make any money right now, but yeah, I mean, whatever the state minimum is, or even more than that, based on 40,000, I agree. I'll pay, but please, someone tell me where to pay because I don't have an iPhone, and it just, I don't know. It's like I don't have an address like to get papers or anything. I hear from my wife, I hear from my dad, I hear this and that, emails and this and that, and I feel like, oh, and yeah, that's all I have to say.
Jared ends with a passionate defense of his character and a direct accusation that his father is lying out of his teeth. He brings it back to his love for his daughter. This is his attempt to reclaim the moral high ground. But notice, he doesn't actually dispute his inability to pay right now. He just disputes the characterization of why. The core facts, the child lives with grandpa, he's unemployed, and he hasn't paid, remain unchallenged. Emotion is powerful, but the court needs financial facts.
And I love my daughter. And my daughter's amazing. And I talked to her last night. I talked to her. She had the flu. She's okay. My daughter is my princess, and it's my responsibility to provide and protect her. And my dad, I think he overstepped his agreement, quote unquote, as my dad says, quote unquote, as far as he's going to take her and put her in private Christian school. Don't worry about it. And now he's suing us, and he's making my wife and I like insane, like sad, and just he controls my daughter. I know it's irrelevant, but not to able to talk to his mom and just painting us as the bad guys, just like he painted that picture for the court, Your Honor, painting us as we are these horrible, evil people, like this and that on vacation. Is absolute. I absolutely disagree with what my father said, and he is lying out of his teeth. And that's it. That's all I have to say.
Okay.
I'm looking, Your Honor.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for allowing me to talk.
You're welcome.
If it would help, I could try to share the court order for custody.
I think I found that it's Court of Common Pleas of Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, let me download this.
It's a temporary custody order because the parents did not show up, and I expect it to be made permanent in December at the next hearing.
All right. Your Honor, may I share screen?
You may do so.
Okay. Let me find this one second.
Does anyone have any objection to me seeing this order?
I do not.
Okay, Miss Love Sandish.
I do not.
Okay, Mr. Jim Von Fassen, do you have any objection to me seeing the order?
No objection.
Okay, let me know when it appears, if you don't mind.
It has appeared. So right now it's a temporary order.
Correct. Because they didn't show up, they wouldn't issue a final order. They tried to get in touch with them again. They have no permanent address. So I'm going to have to spend $900 to publish the court notice in Texas in the newspaper.
This is a masterful legal and rhetorical move by the grandfather. He casually drops that he has to spend $900 to publish a legal notice in a newspaper because the parents have no permanent address. This single fact does two things. One, it proves his point about their unstable vagabond lifestyle. And two, it demonstrates his own commitment and the lengths he's going to, spending significant money to make the custody permanent. It makes their claims of poverty seem hollow against his concrete, costly actions.
Okay. Ms. Love Sandish, would you like to make a brief closing about what you're requesting?
You mean about the child support?
Yes, the child support, medical support, or back child support.
Oh, okay. Probably starting January 1st, 2026, I can start paying child support. Until then, yeah, like I can't afford losing these cars to the bank because I have behind payments. Like I just started this job this last week. I'm still on orienting this week. I'm trying to also help my husband to, help him get a phone and get a job before the divorce. I am divorcing him. What else? Oh yeah, the back pay. The back pay, we did not agree to pay the back pay or any private school because Mr. Van Fassen, father-in-law, said that it was his choice to put Ariel in private school. And up to now, last year, the year before, I was helping. I would send birthday gifts and whatever she needs, $200-300 for clothes, and I was providing that. He didn't mention that. And Ariel is Christian, and she does not like, the normal teenager girls wear outfits, and sometimes she refuses and she sends it back. But it's a lot of emotional distress for me. I've been living because of my father-in-law and my husband's decision. I almost feel like they forcefully take my daughter from me, but I know it's not the case. But I'm not even allowed to talk to my daughter. So that's gonna be separate court. I'm gonna work, save money, and get my own lawyer so I can go fix that problem myself. But yes, I will start paying if your honor give me like January 1st started paying.
So what's the takeaway from this dramatic hearing? The judge is faced with two irreconcilable stories. The grandfather presents a clear case of abandonment and financial neglect, backed by specific income figures and a history of parental instability, including a CPS history and a threatening text. The parents counter with tales of homelessness, debt, and a manipulative millionaire father. Legally, the parents' duty to support their child is clear, but the judge must now decide how to calculate that support based on their true earning capacity, not just their current claimed circumstances. The temporary custody order in Pennsylvania is almost certain to become permanent, solidifying the grandfather's role as the primary caregiver. This case is a stark reminder that the legal obligation to support your child is unwavering, regardless of personal disputes or family drama.